let us talk about tidal energy also. So tidal energy is also a part of hydroelectric power station, which is one kind of green technology, and tidal energy is also one kind of green technology where we are utilizing renewable energy resources. Here the emission of CO2 gas is very less in the atmosphere, or any kind of polluted gases are very less in the atmosphere. So tidal energy basically relies on the formation of sun, moon and earth and how they are rotating. So it depends on the tides and ebbs. We know how when our tides generated, when our ebbs generated. So whenever there is a tide, it is beneficial for tidal energy power station. So a tidal barrage is a dam that is built across a river, estuary or a bay on the coast. The gates are open to allow the tide to flow in and turn the turbines, which turns the generator to produce electricity. So basically mostly tidal energy is generated on the coastal lines, right? And it depends on the flow and ebb of tide caused by gravitational pull of moon, right? It totally depends on the gravitational pull of moon, right? A high tide, the gates are closed and the water is held until the tide level outside the gates has dropped. Then the water is released to run through the turbines and turn the generator as it escapes. So electricity is generated by water flowing both in and out of the dam. So whenever the water is flowing inside, the turbine is moved in one direction. Whenever the water is flowing outside, the turbine is moved in reverse direction, and that is how the electricity is generated by both the movement coming inside the water, water coming inside and water going out. So this is how tidal energy will generate electricity, one kind of hydroelectric power station only. So it consists of a turbine and an electric generator as a hydroelectric power station. Turbines or windmill like blades are installed on the ocean floor. So here you can see there is a blade like windmill which is installed on the ocean floor. Turbine and generator are connected directly on the gearbox. So we will have a gearbox here. Due to kinetic or potential energy of sea water, turbine rotates. So here the turbine is rotating. Generator will produce electricity and that electricity can be distributed from the shore. So you can see the electricity grid here and it is distributed to the city. So how it's a very simple mechanism and it's very eco-friendly, and it is one kind of green technology, right, which is very helpful for us, and it is happening naturally, right, because of the tides and ebbs and gravitational pull of moon. The water is flowing in and out of the turbine and it is moving the turbine, and here the same principle is kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy, and that mechanical energy is converted into electric energy. As we know the rule of energy, energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form to another form. So here we are transforming energy, kinetic to mechanical and mechanical to electric energy. So how do you maintain the tidal energy? Although much of research on tidal turbines over the past decades has focused on design options that will produce great efficiency today, there is a great awareness regarding the need to achieve more reliable options to ensure the consistent production of tidal energy. So we can change the design of blades, right? There are also a lot of many drawbacks here because the tidal energy power station is set up near the ocean floor. There will be fish in and out moving with the water. The aquatic ecosystem may get affected because we are blocking the water, we are taking it inside, we are moving it outside. So whole aquatic ecosystem may get affected, the fishes may get killed because of the rotation of turbine, and there are so many complications with tidal energy power station. As other power stations, wind energy also has some of the disadvantage, hydroelectric power station also has other disadvantages, right? Even tidal energy has some disadvantages, but during the maintenance of tidal energy power station, one should check for misalignment, imbalance, broken gear teeth, burning defects. Lubrication should be there, it should not be excessively wear, right? So lubrication, broken gear teeth, misalignments should be checked, right? It's very difficult. Checking process is also very difficult because this will be in the ocean, right? So how one can check the hydroelectric power station, that's also a very difficult process here, the tidal power station. But one need to do the maintenance and check if it's the machines are properly aligned or not, the gear is working properly or not, right? Because of the water flowing with a very high speed, it may result into damaging of the tidal power station also during the time of floods or during the time of tsunami or during the time of earthquake, right? So there can be a very great deal of problem, right? So now what do you mean by biomass? So one of the other kind of green technology is known as biomass. So biomass is basically the total mass of living matter within a given unit of environmental area. So it is the amount of mass per unit area, right? So plant material, vegetation or agriculture waste used as a fuel or energy resource. So whatever energy we are accumulating from the atmosphere, the living elements, right, giving it out to the environment is known as transferring energy from one form to another form. So plants take energy, vegetation takes energy, agriculture waste will take energy from the environment, and utilizing that energy in terms of fuel or energy resource is known as biomass. So, so a simple process here you can see, the plants are taking up CO2, right? Now from the plants we get what? Woods, and if we burn woods, right, we generate the elements are moved outside, the CO2 again comes outside in the atmosphere, and the other gases also comes outside in the atmosphere, and that gases are used to generate electricity or to do different purpose of work, right? You can see cow dung is utilized for cooking, right? So it is utilized as a fuel or energy resource for cooking in villages, right? So wood and agriculture biomass, wood logs, chips, sawdust, bark and other organic material. So plants take up energy in terms of photosynthesis energy. That energy is converted somehow in biomass plant to generate electricity and for other purposes also. So solid waste, by burning garbage, heat and energy is produced. Land gas, methane gas is produced by bacterial decay of dead plants and animals. Alcohol fuels and wheat, corn and other crops can be converted into variety of liquid fuels including ethanol and methanol, right? So all the elements, which is all the energy which is accumulated in different living materials, that can be converted into biomass resources. So here also it's the same cycle which I have shown, that sun is there, the energy is transferred in form of photosynthesis to plants. That energy will be there in the woods, right? And if you burn the woods, do the combustion, CO2 will get released back in the atmosphere. So the cycle keeps on going, right? So converting biomass energy into usable energy resource. So there are different methods through which you can utilize energy from these biomass elements. So there is direct incineration method, there is bacterial decay, fermentation processes there, right? Conversion, biomass can be converted into gas or liquid fuels by using chemical or heat. So direct incineration method is what, where you burn the wood or you burn the cow dung and you generate energy from it. Bacterial decay is when you make a plant, right, and where you keep all the living elements or all the waste or all the solid waste, and then you release bacteria inside it. The bacteria will accumulate, will eat all the unnecessary elements and will release methane in the atmosphere. Then fermentation process, like by adding yeast, the living matter will start fermenting itself, and by fermentation it will produce alcohol and ethanol, which can be used as a fuel. So by different methods we can convert the biomass in terms of gas or fuel, right? So according to the method, the elements are converted in gases or in liquid fuels like ethanol, methanol and alcohol. So biomass energy is utilized. 80% of biomass energy is produced from residential use. 79% of biomass we use today come from burning wood and chips. Biomass is used to heat homes, wood is burned in open fires or wood pellet boilers and stoves. 18% of biomass is produced for industrial use and 2% of biomass energy is produced for transport. So biomass energy is utilized in different sectors of residential use, industrial use, transport use. So there are different sectors of utilization of biomass energy. Now another type of green technology, we'll just discuss the brief of it, which is known as geothermal energy. So geothermal energy is also a part of green technology where natural heat or natural steam is utilized to generate electricity. So geothermal energy is more environmental friendly than conventional fuel sources such as coal and other fossil fuel. It is more environmental friendly, right, because we are utilizing the natural resource. By burning coal, we will be emitting CO2 in the atmosphere and other harmful gases in the atmosphere. But this is a natural source of energy. In addition, the carbon footprint of geothermal power plant is low. Where there is some pollution associated with geothermal energy, this is relatively minimal when compared to fossil fuels. So geothermal energy is a energy which is utilized from the earth crust. So you can see that the crust of the earth is very warm and the temperature inside the earth is very high, right? So that's why we see the eruption of volcanoes, right? We see hot water springs. You might have visited several places where you can see that the hot water is coming out from the earth crust, and that is because of the heat which is present in the earth crust. The volcanoes which are emerging out from the earth is because of the heat generated in the earth crust. So you can see here geothermal energy. You can see there is a natural recharge of water. So water is stored inside the earth crust. You can see the temperature here is very high. So what will happen? The fluid will get heated. The water inside the earth crust is heated. That fluid, that heated water is taken out, and the steam of that heated water is utilized to move the turbine and generate electricity. So this is a natural recharge system. Water will be it will be raining. Obviously that rainwater is collected inside the water. Because of the earth's heat, that water will be very hot or will be converted into steam. By injecting a pipe inside the earth, that steam is taken out, and then we'll utilize that steam to move the turbine, right? So there are different system, flash system, binary system, that can be utilized to generate geothermal energy, right? In flash system, what is happening here? You are taking out the hot water from the earth crust, and then you are cooling that water. While cooling that water, steam, your heated water is converted into steam. So that steam is utilized to move the turbine. Then in binary system, what is happening? Here you utilize two types of liquid. One is hot water and one you utilize other liquid, right? So that liquid will be utilizing, that liquid has a very low boiling point. So the heated water from the earth crust, as it has a very low boiling point, the second liquid, right, will heat this other liquid. That liquid will be heated, converted into steam, that will move the turbine, and then the second fuel will be cooled down, again converted into liquid. Again the hot water will burn that liquid and steam will be generated and the turbine will move. So that is known as binary system, where you utilize hot water and the other fuel. The hot water is utilized to heat that low boiling second fuel, and that will generate steam and will move the turbine. So different methods are there. We are not getting into the details of it, but you should know that there is a flash system and there is a binary type of geothermal energy. Basically geothermal energy is also a green technology or a renewable source of energy. That's why we consider it as a green technology. Here there are several disadvantages also, that because of the heat you are taking out from the earth crust, there will be different gases also present in the earth crust like CO2 and hydrogen sulfide, which will also get released because you are taking out that heat from the earth crust, and that will be a problematic situation, but we are managing it nicely. Thank you for watching this video and hope to see you in the next lecture.